Basically, what I want it to sound like is I want it to sound like EXO Tour Life, Lil Uzi getting abducted, and then P2. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be remaking two songs in one video. First, I'm going to be remaking P2 in FL Studio off of Lil Uzi Vert's new album Eternal A Take. Then I'm going to be doing a little transition into EXO Tour Life, which is off of Lil Uzi's album Love Is Rage 2, because they use the same drum pattern. If you guys want to see the fully finished remake and transition, I put that into another video, link in the description. Had to separate it because of copyright. Before I get started, don't forget to follow me on my socials at WTF Kyle Beats, and I want to give a special thank you and shout out to Melodics for sponsoring this video. It's a great app that helps producers learn the MIDI keyboard, MIDI pads, and drums, and you can click the link in my description to get a special deal today. And now let's jump into it. So we're going to jump right into FL Studio, and we're going to make sure that we're at 155 BPM for P2 and EXO Tour Life. But I'm going to start out with P2. The first thing we're going to grab is this Nextel Chirp, which is like a phone ringtone. And we're going to play the first beat on bar 3 and then the 2 and right here in bar 3 as well. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pitch this down by 1200 cents. Then I'm going to go to the effects. I'm going to go to pitch wheel, pitch it down another 1200 cents. And then I'm going to throw on this plugin, Fruity Flanger. I think that's how you pronounce it. I always forget. And what this is going to do is it's going to make it sound like it's kind of moving and oscillating between your headphones almost. And then we are going to have this as our final product. So this effect kind of sounds like an alien's talking, I guess. I guess that's how they communicate in Uzi's head. And then I'm also going to paste this pattern for the chorus and the verses. Next up for this song, I'm going to be loading up the melody guitar. I'm going to grab this classic nylon guitar out of Omnisphere. And this doesn't sound like the exact sound that he used, but it's pretty close once you put some effects on it. This is the pattern that we're going to play with no effects. And so what we're going to do for this is throw on a fruity chorus, which is going to give it a better plucking sound. Throw on an EQ just to get rid of some frequencies that I feel like aren't exact. Throw on a lot of reverb, which is going to add an echoey effect. Fruity balance to help some of these plugins out and balance it in your ears. RC20 retro color, which is going to distort it just a little bit. Blood overdrive, which is going to give it an electric guitar type feel. And then I'm going to throw on a last EQ just to get rid of some of these middle frequencies. And this is the final pattern. So this melody that plays throughout the song is actually pretty simple, and when I first recorded it, I used my MIDI. And the best way for you to learn how to play your MIDI is by downloading Melodics. Melodics is an app that teaches producers how to use their MIDI keyboard, MIDI pads, and drums. If you want to learn how to play songs on your MIDI keyboard like P2, I'd recommend trying the Spirit Hip Hop Melody Lesson by Simon Servita, which is great for learning finger positioning. But the app also has hundreds of other lessons across all music genres, including everything from trap to jazz. I use the desktop version of Melodics, so all I had to do was plug in my MIDI and start playing. Click the link in my description, download the Melodics app for free, and enter the promo code WTF-Kyle for access to a special deal. Now in P2, in the intro, there's also a higher guitar that plays. I'm grabbing this fingerstyle acoustic 6-string A guitar, and these are the notes that we're going to play without any effects on them. And that's just going to repeat for 2 bars. What I'm going to do is I'm going to throw on fruity chorus again for extra plucking sounds, reverb to make it sound like it's bouncing off the walls, and then I'm going to throw on an EQ just to raise some of these mids, get rid of some of the treble. Now for this intro on P2, I'm going to add in 2 percussion. The first one I'm going to add in is this sound out of this Kyle Beats pack, and then the second one I'm going to add in is a Nick Mirror sound. And that Nick Mirror sound is just going to play on beat number 1. Right here, as you can see, every 4 bars. And then that Kyle Beats perk is going to play 1, 2, 3, 4. There's going to be some volume changes at the bottom, if you can see right here. And then for this first one, I'm going to throw on reverb, an EQ, and then a love filter just to make it sound a little bit more lo-fi. And then for the second one that's just playing on 1, I want it to sound really thick. So I'm adding on an EQ that's going to cut out some of the highs, and then a little bit of reverb to add an echoey effect. And with everything together, this is our finished intro. This is a little sneak peek of what it's going to sound like. Now for the chorus of this song, and then throughout some of the verses I think as well, there's going to be this weird whiny synth guitar type sound. What I'm going to do is I'm going to grab Serum, and you're going to want to go to this lead Braveheart 75. You can load that directly up. And this is what that preset right here is going to sound like without any effects on it. It's a little whiny, I'm warning you right now. And so the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to throw on retro color, which is going to make it sound a little bit more lo-fi and distorted. We're going to throw on 2 EQs. One's getting rid of the highs. The second one is doubling up because the first EQ doesn't get rid of everything. So by doubling it up, you're really cutting it out. And then a little flanger right here just to make it sound like it's kind of moving around in your headphones. And from here, the only thing we want to adjust is we want to get rid of this oscillator. We want to turn this down just a little bit. And then we want to turn this warp down just a little bit. And that's going to be our final synth right there. It's a little whiny, actually. I'm gonna turn it down a little bit more. So for those of you familiar, TM88, who is in 808 Mafia, already did like a tutorial on Rap Genius, a full breakdown of how he made the EXO Tour Life beat. So I'm basically just gonna copy the exact drum patterns and the melody for that song, but I'm gonna take those drums and put it directly onto this P2. First thing I'm gonna grab is this rat kick. This is the pattern that we're gonna play. And this is basically gonna copy the 808. So the 808 right here, I'm grabbing just a typical spins 808. Oops, just dragged it on an accident. We're gonna wanna make sure that it's cutting itself here, and then you don't have to mess with the envelope or anything. This is the pattern that the 808 is gonna play. Again, kind of mirroring the kick. Make sure your 808's tuned as well. Next, I'm gonna go grab the hi-hats. I'm using Hit 1, again, directly from EXO Tour Life. Gotta change that to the right channel. This pattern might not be exact, but the actual hi-hat, the Hit 1, is exactly what TM88 used for this song. And just to show you what we got so far. Next up is the clap. This is just playing on beat 3 of every bar. This is the Luger slap clap, which is a classic. I'm going to be throwing on an open hat that's going to play on beat number 2 of every bar. Again, exact open hat that's used in the song. Next, I'm grabbing this Luger snare. Again, the exact snare from the song. And this is going to layer with the clap, so it's playing at the exact same time. I'm going to grab a Beethoven shaker. Again, just a little bit of reverb. This is going to play on the 4th beat of every 2 bars. This is a classic shaker. You hear it in all types of trap songs. And finally, I'm going to have a little accent snare, which is playing the and of 4 every 2 bars. I don't know if this is the exact snare in the song, but I think it's pretty close. It's this Lex snare that I grabbed. Altogether, this is what the beat is going to sound like for P2 and EXO Tour Life. Alright, so now I'm making a video where we're transitioning EXO into P2. So I'm just going to take this, copy, paste it, and then I'm going to drag it all the way over to the beginning here. And we're going to get started on EXO Tour Life. Actually, we got to leave a little space for the intro, so that's where we'll keep it. So if you've ever seen the video on how TM88 made EXO Tour Life, he literally took another sample and just half-timed it by using gross beat. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the original sample right now. But this is what it sounds like. And so what we're going to do is we want to chop out this intro for the intro of EXO Tour Life and then chop out the bells for the chorus and the other parts. I have this guitar chop. I'm just going to load it up right here and I'm going to pitch it up 300 cents so it's just like the song. Then I'm grabbing the bells sample that was sent to TM88. So we want this to be in tune with this original sample. So again, we're going to pitch this up 300 cents. Right here. And then we're going to throw on gross beat to half time it. You're going to want to go to this momentary preset right here and then click half speed. And what it's going to do is it's going to take this and turn it into this. That's literally all you have to do. Like you press one button and it literally takes that sample and turns it into EXO Tour Life. It's crazy. So a little sneak peek of this bell sample dropping into the 808. And this intro guitar is going to play in the verses as well when Uzi's rapping. So I have EXO Tour Life on the left and I have P2 on the right, and now I just need a transition. So what I did was I hit up my friend Vito, and Vito blessed me with this awesome reverse transition. Here's his @ hit him up if you guys need a beat ever. So I'm gonna put it right down here on the bottom of the screen if you can see. And what Vito basically did was he took this EXO Tour Life guitar and took the guitar in P2, reversed the EXO Tour Life guitar and combined them, and this is what we got. I think that's a pretty sick drop if you ask me. The only thing I'm going to do to touch up this transition is I'm going to add an automation clip on the channel panning right here. So once you create this automation clip, what I'm doing is I'm just moving it up and down. So it's going to move between your headphones, the left and right ear. Basically what I want it to sound like is Lil Uzi's getting abducted by aliens from EXO and going into P2. And so there you have it. That is the entire remake of EXO Tour Life and P2. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to click the link in my description to see the full remake in the other video. Follow me on social media. Leave a comment which song you guys want to see next. Like this video, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.